March was genuinely such a good month for me in terms of finds. I feel like I spent a lot of March experimenting and trying new products, and a lot of them actually made it out alive. So let me walk you through my March favorites. Clearly, we're starting off with beauty because I feel like that's always my biggest category because I'm a beauty girl through and through. I want to start out with 2 drugstore products because 1, the drugstore launches I feel like have been insane, and 2, I am genuinely obsessed with these. I've been using them every single day. 1 is the Lash Paradise mascara from L'Oreal in the shade Latte Brown. I'm wearing this right now, and if you've been watching my videos, you've probably seen me use this a dozen times. Like, I am genuinely hooked. I think that this might just be my new mascara for all time. So let's hope they don't go and discontinue it on us because that is my biggest pet peeve. Number 2 is the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze. I've been using this as a blush. I saw Kim Wolf on TikTok use this as a blush and I've genuinely not stopped using it since. Like, it's just the perfect warm toned blush. Like, if you love a warm toned look, I think you're going to be obsessed with this. You could use this as bronzer if you're a more cool toned girl, but I do feel like it is a little bit in the Lumi line, like it has more shimmer. So I don't love that for a bronzer personally, but I do like it for blush. I don't feel like it's like chunky glittery, but it is a little bit more reflective than like a traditional bronzer would be. Now that we've hit spring, I feel like I'm definitely leaning more towards skin tints, especially in LA. Like, for whatever reason, it's gotten quite warm here very quickly. So I've definitely been reaching for this Hourglass skin tint. Again, this is an item that I'm wearing right now. I just feel like the finish is beautiful. It feels very lightweight on the skin and it actually lasts all day long. If you know, you know. I recently started Pilates teacher training and I genuinely wear this to workouts and my skin still looks incredible after. Like, it holds up. For hair, I have a few things. 1 is this Pureology Hydrate Glow Catcher Oil. We can go ahead and put a little bit on because I didn't put any oil in my hair today. It's just a lightweight oil. Similar to the Briogeo one though, it does have heat protectant in it, which I personally really like. It gives just a good shine. I feel like it's good too if I'm like putting in overnight curls. So just a really versatile product. I feel like I'm loving launches that give me more bang for my buck, and this is definitely one of them. Like, it's a heat protectant, it's very hydrating, it gives a lot of shine. I feel like it helps overnight as like a hair treatment or just day to day to reduce frizz. Next, for hair care, I have 2 more accessory items. I have the MEJ Big Effing Clip. These are so good. I feel like this is one of the few claw clips that will actually hold all of my hair. I still don't love the way it looks to have all of my hair in it, but I do wear these a lot, especially with Pilates. I feel like I'm wearing my hair like this. Like, I have another one in right now. I feel like I wear my hair half up, half down a lot for working out, and these are just the perfect little clip, and I'm able to like get my hair more on top of my head so that when I'm laying down, it's not like in the way, even if it isn't the cutest thing in the world. And I also feel like it's easy to like have my hair look together after a workout. I also feel like they're just a fun way to spice things up because in my Pilates program, I'm only allowed to wear black in the studio, which can honestly just feel a little bit boring. So I'm liking having claw clips to kind of spice it up, or like fun sneakers, since all black is a bit boring. And lastly, I have the Berber hairbrush. This is a boar bristle brush. I've actually been obsessed with this for months. I don't know if it's made it into a favorites video yet, but I had to talk about it because genuinely I've been living for this brush for the last 6 months. I used it this morning. I will say it's not like a detangling brush, and I definitely don't wear it or use it after a shower, but I love using it on curled hair because I feel like it maintains a lot of the curl and it's really good at distributing oil. And then our last few favorites are all body care items. As you've heard me mention several times, I'm in Pilates teacher training and I've been obsessed with the Cyclar deodorant in the scent Vanilla Verve. I love this scent from Cyclar. I think it's one of their best scents. If you like vanilla, I think you're gonna love this. But 2, I unfortunately somehow I started testing natural deodorants a while ago, and while they're honestly not my favorite, I now can't use regular deodorant. I get a rash every single time, so I guess they were not meant for me and like my skin was just tolerating it. But unfortunately, this is now the best we can do, so that's a little bit sad because you still sweat with natural deodorant, and I don't love that for me. But this is the best one that I have found thus far after now having to experiment with them all, because even the sensitive skin ones of like a regular deodorant deodorant now gives me a rash. RIP. If you've had that problem and you overcame it and got to use regular deodorants again, let me know, because I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite thing, but this is as good as it gets in terms of natural deodorant. I've also been loving the YSL Black Opium Red. I think this is like a cherry. Hold on, let me Google this. So it's categorized as an ambery, fruity gourmand with top notes of cherry, mandarin essence, middle of jasmine flower and black tea. The base is coffee, vanilla, and patchouli. I actually usually don't like patchouli, so I'm really impressed that this has that in it at all. I am obsessed with this. I feel like the vanilla base with the cherry top note is what I really like. I think regular YSL also has a vanilla base somewhere in there, but I like this more than the original, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it just smells so good. It lasts all day like regular Black Opium, but this one and the like classic sparkly one are definitely my favorites. For body care, I have these two because my skin has been disgustingly dry. I think it's because I've had a lot of travel in March, so I've gone from different climates. In the beginning of March, I was in New York, and then I went to Kansas, and then I went back to LA, and then this weekend, for the end of March, I'm finishing it in Chicago, so I feel like I've just been all over the place, and my skin has been so very upset about it. So I have the Josie Maran body butter. I feel like if you watch any of my Sephora favorites videos, this is always in there. It's a relatively watery consistency. It smells so good. Like, it smells like fresh cream, like a vanilla cream. And then the House of Balance Body Slow Oil Serum. I feel like this is a really lightweight oil. I use it on damp skin in the shower, and it just really hydrates the skin without feeling like sticky or heavy or like it's sitting on top of the skin. And then my final beauty favorite is the Indian Body Skin Sheet Masks. Same thing, just because I've been traveling, I feel like my skin is really dry, and for whatever reason, my skin in LA, I feel like I'm acne prone, and everywhere else I'm eczema prone. So when I went to New York and then Kansas, I ended up with eczema like all down my neck, and these are a lifesaver. Like, if you have super sensitive skin, they were designed for, I think, psoriasis. Yeah, they have the National Psoriasis Seal. They're just incredible. Like, I don't know what kind of sorcery is in these. The material of the masks is really good, and there's always tons of extra serum in there. I think there's 4 little sheets in each pack, and then you buy a 3-pack of these. So the last time I used one, I had 2 on my neck and then on the insides of my arms where I tend to get really dry, and they were just so freaking good. Immediately made my skin feel better. Things I've been wearing, I feel like as the seasons change, I definitely lean into basics even more. I'm definitely a basics wardrobe year round, but in the spring when it's transition season, I feel like I'm always reaching for like a plain t-shirt and then layering a sweater over my shoulders, or maybe a light jacket, anything like that. So I wanted to share a few of my favorite basic t-shirts because these are what I'm reaching for the most. I've definitely been prioritizing natural fabrics over the last year or two, and so all of these are 100% cotton. First up, we have the Packed t-shirt. This is 100% cotton. It's just a really good plain white t-shirt. It's a crew neck, so I feel like it looks really good under a sweater as well as like having something draped over it. It's a little bit more of a baggy fit, which I feel like is fun. And then it's just, again, a really strong basic. I feel like I love 100% cotton because it stays so soft. And I personally have always felt like it's easier to get a stain out of cotton than it is anything with polyester built into it. Like, I don't know why, because when I researched this, it actually says it should be the opposite, but I just feel like cotton holds up to stain removers better than polyester does, at least in my experience. If you have any life hacks though, let me know. Then I have a more fitted one. It's this kind of like deep taupe color from Everlane. I got this during their spring sale. Again, 100% cotton, but this one's a little bit more fitted, and again, it's just a high crew neck, so if you were to throw a sweater over it, you would see that like peeking out the top, which I think is such a cute look. And then this one is a little bit different. It's from Aritzia, and it like tapers in, so the top is really baggy and then the bottom looks a little bit more fitted. So I feel like these are really good for every day. Like, I have a fitted one and then a baggy one, and then this is more of like a going out staple, or if I want to look more put together during the day, but I feel like this is definitely a more dressed up basic, and again, because it's all black, I feel like it's great for layering. Beyond that, I've just been wearing workout clothes 24/7. Currently this is in the washer, but I just got this really cute 437 workout top. It's like ballet inspired, and it has has the piping on the outside, which I think is so cute. I've definitely been seeing that nonstop in athleisure. And then as far as shoes, I feel like I'm wearing my Havaianas flip-flops the absolute most. Like something about the way that just makes something immediately feel a little bit more casual, I have been absolutely obsessed with. Okay, next up we have things that I have been eating and drinking on repeat. As I mentioned, I started Pilates teacher training. I feel like I'm working out a ton, which means I'm sweating a lot more. So I've definitely been leaning on electrolyte drinks to keep me hydrated. I have Liquid IV, and then I have HackU. I actually like the HackU more for every day because it's a little bit lower in sodium, but if I'm feeling really dehydrated, that's when I'm gonna go for Liquid IV, just because this has a lot more sodium. So that's something to keep in mind. And then for an even lower sodium option, I wanna say that Good On Ya is even lower. That was more of my like everyday electrolyte drink. Coconut water is the base of the Good On Ya one, so that's where the electrolytes are coming from in that. This one has salt and potassium, magnesium glycinate. This has 400 milligrams of sodium, and then I think how much is in Liquid IV? This is 520, so this has a little bit less, but Good On Ya is definitely like the lowest sodium option, or you could just sprinkle a little bit of salt and lemon into your water, call it a day. Totally up to you. I just like the flavor of these a little bit more. And again, definitely not something that you need to be drinking all of the time, but if you are dehydrated and you're working out a lot, I really like these. Speaking of Pilates teacher training, I am definitely on the go more between like going to events and then also going to Pilates classes or practice hours, supervised sessions, all of the things. So being a little bit more on the go, I definitely have some go-to snacks. I have the Chomps bars, which I feel like are really nice because I don't have to worry about this like melting. And then I also have Go Macro bars. I also like, I can't remember the name of them, but once I see them, I'll add like a little pop-up so that you can see them, but they're quinoa based bars, so they have a little bit of protein as well. These have 11 grams of protein and 7 grams of added sugar, or 8 grams in this one. And then the other ones that I cannot for the life of me, Mezcla. The Mezcla bars have a little bit less sugar and they're quinoa based. And then for a little sweet treat, I am obsessed with Hu chocolate. This is an ongoing obsession. I just think that this is like the best dark chocolate out there. For watching, reading, and listening, for reading, I've been obsessed with the Magnolia Park series for a minute. I'm on the very last book, and then I'm not really sure what I'll be on to next, but this last book I am dragging through. I'm also loving this little like Berga Kindle cover. I just think that that's so cute. I have a matching cover set for my AirPods too, and I just think that that's adorable. For listening, I'm still on a Don't Depend on Daddy kick. Let me go check my Spotify. Okay. I've been listening to Don't Depend on Daddy, and then I also started listening to Too Smart for This by Alexis Barber. I just think she is so intelligent and well-spoken, and I love listening to her podcast, so definitely recommend that. And then Note to Self by Peyton Sarton is another one that I feel like I've been listening to a little bit more over the last month. I feel like I love podcasts in the background for like cleaning, if I'm going on a long walk, anything that I kind of want like a little bit of background noise, but I have been experimenting with having a little bit less background noise. I don't feel like I'm someone who has tons of background noise though. Like I generally work when it's quiet. I don't have music playing all of the time or anything like that. I've also been driving a little bit more with Pilates teacher training, so I feel like podcasts are good for in the car too. And then our last category is just like home and lifestyle stuff. Number one is this stunning Still Classics little crocodile binder. I had to wait an entire month for this to come in, but I ended up getting my initials on it, which I think is so cute. And then it's a binder, so you can use it as a planner, but I just use it for like my morning pages. And then I just have like a basic A5 refillable notebook in here. And then I keep a pen in there so that I always have it. I also have a little mini notebook that I sometimes throw in here that keeps track of like my day-to-day to-do lists and like trying to time block my day, because a girl's trying to get organized. So if you guys want more of like a journal ecosystem, let me know, because I would love to make that. I am obsessed with journaling. I'm supposed to wrap this video up. That's what that timer is about. Anyways, so I have this. I also feel like because it's spring, I'm currently obsessed with fresh flowers. Like, let me show you the set that I got last week. Please ignore the water. It definitely needs changed. And these are a week old, so they're on their last leg, but the flowers at the farmer's market, because it's like spring here, have been so So, so, so good. If you are in the LA or like SoCal area, you need to get to your farmer's market because these are top tier right now. With the time change, I also feel like I am obsessed with my Hatch because now that it's a little bit darker in the morning, I just feel like getting up is so freaking hard. So I have been living for my Hatch alarm clock. And then I feel like I have one more thing that and then we're gonna end with what is perhaps my favorite of the entire month of March. And it is my new Kariloha robe. It's this dusty blue color and I just think that it is so pretty and the fabric is so, so soft. Let me look up. I wanna say that they're made out of bamboo. So they're 60% Turkish cotton and 40% viscose from bamboo. They are genuinely so soft. Like it is life-changing. It's the only robe that I want to wear and I have had to wash it like twice a week because I'm wearing it so much. So if you are a stay-at-home self-care kind of girly, highly recommend because it is life-changing actually. It feels like one of those hotel robes that you get in and you're just like, so relaxed. Anyways, I'm obsessed. Clearly. All right, those are all of my March favorites. Definitely let me know if you're interested in trying any of those out or if you have a March favorite of your own, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.